Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. You lot just love surprises, don't you? Hmm? And it's not even Christmas yet. Here we go for Pedro Neto to Chelsea. Bombaaaa. Pedro Neto to Chelsea. And shout out to Fabrice Hawkins as well, because he brought the news first, so I've got to give him his flowers. Yeah? But Chelsea have agreed a 63 million euros deal with Wolves for Pedro Neto. He made 20 Premier League appearances last season, scoring 2 goals, 9 assists. During that time, he was actually out twice with 2 hamstring injuries. And if you want to convert that in pounds, it's actually 51.4 million. But this is what I'm talking about, people. These are the sort of signings that we need for the first team. Experienced players, refined players, that these other players that need to develop can learn from. You know? Players that know the league already. Players that are ready now, refined now. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking at the likes of Mudryk and Sterling, or what game are we going to get today? Because you know Neto is going to turn up for you. Left wing, right wing. He's going to run at his man for you. He's going to drive into that space for you. You know what I'm saying? He's going to create chances for you, for the attackers. You know? I know people are looking at his numbers right now. They don't look great, to be fair. But we have to consider the fact that he was playing for Wolves, you know, who are, you know, aren't the greatest side, to be fair. And obviously he's had a lot of injuries. But in terms of when I'm watching him, I can see that this guy's a threat every time he gets on the ball. He's dangerous. Done his thing against Man United. Done his thing against Liverpool. I know they lost that game, but he still played very well on the left-hand side as well. And this is the winger, a type of winger that I like, right? If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I like wingers that like to take on their man. I'm tired of this cut back on their left foot, cut back on their right foot every single time. Because all you do is close down the space. In Maresca's system, we need wingers that can hold that width. And I think he's perfect for that. I think he's perfect for that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's very good that he can actually play on both sides. You know? The main issue that I've got with Neto is his injury record. That's why I wasn't really looking at him as an option. Because for me, I've got serious PTSD from the past 3 seasons, if you want to even call it that, where we've had injury after injury after injury. You know? We've got a new medical team now. Time will tell if they're going to change things. And obviously we've got Maresca, who for me, possession style football should help the likes of Neto. You know? But we need to make sure that we manage this guy correctly. Yeah, we've got a big squad. Rotate him. If he starts certain games, hopefully the game's wrapped up by like the 60th, 70th minute. You take him off. You bring on Madueke. You take him off. You bring on Mudryk. You bring on Sterling. You know what I'm saying? Certain games you might not even start him. I don't want to see him getting overworked, because these wingers in this system are going to be overworked. We've seen already the patterns in attack are working. Our wingers keep finding themselves in a lot of space where they're isolating the fullback. But the quality right now with Madueke is hit and miss. The quality right now with Sterling, who's nearly 30, is hit and miss. We know what the quality is like with Mudryk as well. We don't know what Mudryk are going to get one day. You know, one day he looks all right. One day he looks like he's never kicked a ball in his life. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's about time that we've brought in another player that can help us in the first team. You know? Because people were looking at this window and they've been a bit underwhelmed. But I keep reminding them, we've got a lot of big names that are in the squad at the minute. Caicedo, Lavia, you know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, Palmer, you know, Nkuku. If we signed all of these guys in this window, a lot of people's takes will be different and a lot more people would be optimistic about the season. But because these guys have been out injured for a minute, they almost forget about it. You know what I'm trying to say? But adding Neto to this, yeah, Neto, Nkuku, and hopefully we go bring in Osimhen as well, who can finish a lot of these chances. That is a dangerous, dangerous attack. And you know why people are scared of this signing? Because I'm seeing a lot of salt on the timeline now. A lot of salt. I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans now saying, yeah, but the injury record ain't great. You know, yeah, but look at his GNA, you know. But these are the same guys that have been begging for this guy. They're probably the biggest fan base that have been begging for Neto to come. Now, all of a sudden, all they're doing is focusing on the negatives. And the thing is, those are fair enough points. But it doesn't take away my overarching point about him being a good player. And I pray we can keep this guy fit. Yeah, because he's still quite young, to be fair. He's 24. Like I said, you know, he's still got age on his side. So hopefully he can recover over these injuries. But I'm not naive enough to think that it's going to happen overnight. Because end of the day, like I said, he keeps dropping like a fly every season. He gets injured. That's my biggest concern with him. But I'm not worried about the quality. Do you know what I'm saying? And after the whole news about Omarodian coming in, because like I said, people, I didn't want Omarodian. I don't think he's ready for the team. And I was a bit scared because I don't fully trust these sporting directors and the owners. I don't fully trust their judgment, right? I can see them rectify their mistakes. I can big them up when they're doing things well. But at the same time, I couldn't understand the obsession with Omarodian, because when I'm watching him, he looks very raw, you know? But if you're going to bring me an Osman for him to learn from, then I'm more for the move. You know, it's a shame for Gil, because I'd rather keep Gil in the squad. But Samu is a different profile that we haven't got. So if he can come off the bench, offer a little bit of height in the air. Like I said, he's very good in the air. He scored quite a lot of goals last season from his head. This year as well in the Olympics, he scored from his head as well. So he's a different option. Neto just whipping it in on his left foot, finding Osimhen. That's dangerous. Because last year, we weren't really seeing many people doing that. Jackson scored a few headers in the box. I can remember against Villa. I can remember against Brentford. I can remember against Forest with his head. But he ain't good in the air. These guys are good in the air. And Neto's going to be looking for them. You know, because our wingers right now aren't the best when it comes to crossing. Mudryk, to be fair, his crosses are quite underrated because he's actually got a nice little whip on him and he can just whip it across the floor as well. You know? At one point, Mudryk was actually creating the most chances. The second most chances, and only Palmer was creating more chances than him at one point last season. You know what I'm trying to say? So if we had a striker like Osimhen, Mudryk leaves with more assists last season. Do you know what I mean? But this is a very good signing. Very good signing. I'm seeing a lot of people at the minute who are quite toxic about Chelsea on the timeline. Even they're bigging it up. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's why I keep telling people, just wait until the end of the window. Wait until the end of the window, and then you can fully judge, because you never know what's around the corner. And surprise, surprise, Chelsea have surprised us again. You know what I'm trying to say? So listen, I'm here for the move. Still want more. I still want a striker. I still want an Osimhen. Like I said, I'm skeptical about the injuries, but I can't complain about the quality, man, because Pedro Neto, listen, every top 6 side is taking him. Everyone's taking him. Arsenal are taking him. Man City are taking him. Obviously, we've got him now. Hopefully, he passes his medical touchwood. Liverpool are taking him all day long, you know? So now we could go from an attack of Mudryk or Sterling on the left, Madueke on the right, Jackson up top, to a Neto, you know, a Jackson, for example, or if you want to play in Cuckoo down the middle, for example, or Osimhen, right? And then on the other side, you can have a well, if you want to play Neto on the left, you can play Neto on the left, and you can play Madueke on the right. There's so many rotations you can do because, like I said, he can play both sides. But ultimately, our attack looks a lot better. That looks more dangerous. You know, I've had a few people messaging me saying, yo, if you pull off Osimhen as well, I've got you lot in my top 4. You know? And that's what I want to be seeing, because we've got a good squad. We've got a good squad. We just need to make it into a good team. And this is a step in the right direction to making it into a good team. Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, people, let me know your thoughts on Pedro Neto. Let me know if you're here for the signing. If you're skeptical like me about the injuries, we have to be, man. We have to be. He's got a rap sheet of injuries. You know what I'm trying to say? I saw Coleman is now available. Bayern Munich don't want him anymore, but his rap sheet is even worse. And he's not even Premier League proven. And he's older. So that's someone that I was completely against. But with Neto, it's less of a risk. You know, I'll be real. It's not a winger that personally I would have gone to first at the minute. Just the fact that I've got all this PTSD. But now that I'm deep in it, now that he's here, I'm like, cool, do you know what? He will offer us a little bit more quality that we haven't got. And we just have to, again, touch wood that he's not going to keep getting injury after injury after injury. And even if that happens, by then, hopefully the likes of Madueke, the likes of Mudryk, the likes of Sterling have upped their game a little bit more, because they've realised we're not starting right now because of him. So whilst he's not here, let's try and press. Competition, bro, only raises the level in the team, which is good. Do you know what I'm saying? But people, like I said, road to 3K. Make sure that you smashed up the likes. Leave your comments as always. And love. Till next time.